everybody, to the Orion Drift VRML. Breachers is next week. Orion Drift VRML. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I got AESIR on the mind, and I think Breachers, I think Veil, I think all of the other leagues that this AESIR brand plays in. And I'm happy to see it here in Orion Drift in Season 1. And I'm very interested to see how this series ends up going for both these teams here. I do believe we've got everyone in the lobby now, and so we should be able to actually start round 1 pretty soon. But I do appreciate everyone being patient for us to get into this lobby. We did have some technical issues with everyone being able to join, everyone being able to get into the arena. We have fixed those problems now. We've got a block of games planned this afternoon. Right after this, Savior X versus TCO, the Chosen Ones, and then right after that, Trash Pandas versus Face. About an hour and a half of Orion Drift, broken up into different event pages, but all right here on the VRML network. So subscribe, get ready for a lot of North American Saturday night action that we are about to get into. I'll go ahead and give the teams the ready up, let them know that they can start whenever they are ready, and we will dive into round number 1 here between AESIR and High Voltage. High Voltage, I'm unsure on what we're going to get from them. I think the overall connoisseur vote's 36-2 in favor of AESIR this afternoon, and very interested to see if this AESIR brand again persists as a dominant force through to the Orion Drift space. So it's exciting to see. They can start whenever they're ready. They just got to punch the ball into the middle, and we'll kick off round number 1 here. We appreciate everyone that is tuning in and that patiently waited for this to come. There is a nice little crowd of folks stopping by on the network today, and I appreciate you all here as we do dive into the initial joust. And in the red side, we do have, let me make sure I have my teams right, AESIR. On the blue, we have High Voltage. It might be the other way around. Let me double check.
The arena revs up again.
Yeah, I do have it right. So High Voltage kicking it off 1-0 out the gate. A very quick offensive rollout that comes into a near point but denied entry. AESIR down 1-0 early. High Voltage kicking things off nicely as Oak Solution tries to get control. Pedge Ninja, ooh, that one almost goes in. Oak, I think, hit that one themselves as they were trying to back clear it, but it almost goes into goal. And Pedge here on the front line definitely being a force to reckon with, and this is a fast-paced game. This is 2 teams that are very skilled at the likes of Orion Drift, it feels like, as we open things up to a little bit of a sewer joust here for ball control. Lulls with a miss pass. Does it get capped? Does it get punished? We'll have to see who scoops it up down here in the bottom field. It is going to be Pedge. The retake ball control here is Michiro up on the top. A huge intercept. This is going to open up the 1v1. A ceiling carve down to the bottom slab. The corner shot, and Tree tried to read it. They were there in the corner, but it goes too wide anyway. A really nice shot there. Would have been a good defensive hold. Monkey tries to go for the cross to Skittles, but a beautiful intercept from Crosscheck denies it. Uh-oh, and here comes Lulls off of a huge scoop. They lose their boost and fall to the ground. The ball bounces out of their hands when they do. Puts it into the hands of Muchiro again. What a pass to Skittles dash, and I love to see that 1-2-3 sequence. Look at the replay. Focus on the tackle that comes in on the goalie here. Muchiro drops off down there, but you have a third from the bottom lane that comes in for the tackle. A beautiful play here as Pedge flies out of the offensive joust with high speed. Carved there, and a nice dive forward from the middle defense. That is textbook defensive maneuvering there, and we are into a wonderfully high-tier battle between AESIR and High Voltage. How did this happen? I don't know, but I'm happy to see it here in week number 1. This feels like a week 8 match with these 2 teams seemingly equally matched up. First round 1-1, and maybe they're just feeling out each other's style, feeling out how they like to play as Monkey here. Nice little scoop up, a good dive on the defense, and Oak tries to get that pass, but is pressured. Forces that carve there that ends in an intercept. Crosscheck and Pedge going to double stack their way. Pedge getting tackled. Monkey reaches up, grabs the ankles. Muchiro again with ball control here, going to try and take it home for another point on the board. The cross pass to Skittles. Skittles can't put it in. Up top, Another push in, and it's going to be a goal. Locked in by AESIR 2-1. The community votes proving to be true for now. A 1-point lead with 2 minutes left. Otherwise, very fast, locked-in team coming in here on the side of high voltage. Muchiro again with a big intercept. Tree is going to go into a 1v2, and the pass backwards doesn't work out. Tree dives alone, sees an opportunity for a long shot, and finds it in. That was beautiful. What a play from Tree to get their team back into this, tied up 2-2. Massive, massive maneuver there as Tree decides to dive out of goal, intercept the ball from the 4 players that are stacked up in the midfield. A beautiful read on an opportunity is cross pass there to Oak, and Solution finds the solution with a corner shot. Corner pocket. Pedge going to roll out with the offensive play here, and what a crazy carve down through the sewer as they get tackled out and stalled. They were going to go for that fast up front dunk. Muichiro tries to get through. Pedge with a double denial. Put that one on the replay board. That ball stays in the zone of AESIR, but not for long. Monkey going to scoop it up and try and read the pass to the team. Tree with a beautiful dive forward. What a wonderful defensive play. Tree absolutely on point this afternoon as they'll pick up again another pass down to the bottom field. Cannot believe this AESIR squad
Last half-minute dash.
pressuring them like this doesn't have more points on the board, quite frankly. Another good bit of defense. Tree with another good scoop up. Oak regains ball control. Oschek and Lawls battling for control, and again, limited time here. 10 seconds on the clock for this point to get scored by high voltage. And a big intercept from Lawls, able to battle back that ball. A little fumble, but that leads into a quick solution. Intercept, and they're going to push forward. They'll find the solution there, making it 4-2. Not necessary, but AESIR put their first round on the board. And how do AESIR feel here? I got to wonder. You know, after what was maybe a much harder round one than they were anticipating, high voltage started to settle in those back half of that round. I think that final goal may be a bit of a momentum shifter, quite frankly, into the favor of AESIR in a bigger way than they could imagine, just because I think otherwise high voltage were really fending off AESIR at every step of the way. Tree has so many good replays here. That dive out to the shot on goal that we're looking at right now was stellar. That was massive, putting their team very much back into this one. And again, we saw good defense on both sides. That's what really stood out to me here. Here we go into the action for round number 2.
We have liftoff.
Uh-oh, Muchiro. Okay, going back towards their goal. I thought for a second they were pushing forward. Blistering speed here. They're going to try and maintain that ball control. Monkey tries to go for the downward shot on goal, and Pedge cannot deny that one in.
You can feel that one coming, friends.
Monkey Muchiro. Nice cross pass down there, and that was a beautiful sequence from AESIR. They are starting to run with momentum here, up a round. And now 2-0 on the opening sequence for round number 2. Pedge has to get this offensive play, a little bit of a ceiling card. Tries to pass it over to Lawls. Lawls can't quite get it. Re-centers, but it ends up going way over to the other end of the zone, and that is quickly batted away. Tree, the main goalie for this high voltage squad, dropping back and trying to tuck in.
What a play!
See some folks in chat. We appreciate you stopping by.
Play is on.
Open to all feedback. If you don't like the ball outline, more than open to hearing about it, as Muchiro again scoops up the ball. They have had a lot of ball control at the end of the day. A nice pass up to Monkey, who is going to look for that push forward. Not going to be able to challenge the 1v1 per se there, but everyone was back at home at the end of the day, so it would have been a tough move. Pedge tries to take that high shot and can't make it. I love to see that underhand slap, a textbook maneuver at the high level. Doesn't go in, and a nice pass to Monkey. Cross-check with a beautiful cross-check. Comes in through the center there, denies that from coming in. Pedge with a nice scoop up, looking for a quick answer back here. Has an opportunity, but is challenged by the midfield defense nicely. Really good dive out and aggressive moves coming in from the AESIR defense.
Have you visited the parkour district lately? The reconstruction is absolutely thrilling.
Nice cross pass there into the corner. Muchiro doesn't take the opportunity for the goal. Cross pass to pass, and a bounce shot to the bottom corner there puts AESIR up 4-0. And High Voltage may have to just sort of let this round go from them momentum-wise. Put up a point on the board, maybe 1 or 2 would be nice. Shows that you can't challenge the likes of this AESIR defense. But I don't know that this round is salvageable quite yet. 2 minutes and 10 is to say that they can score a couple of quick points. And Oak Solution here finds the solution again. Continues to find it, has been finding it several times today. As we look at that scoreboard, you can see 5 on the afternoon. Impressive couple of scores there, and AESIR are actually going to lock in a mercy in round number 2, making it a quick series so far. They're looking for that 3rd round, but like I said, I feel like you got to move on as a team from High Voltage from that one. You just got to say, okay, well, we're going to forget that that last round. We had a solid battle back and forth almost all of round 1, so repeat that, right? Find what they found there in round 1. Maybe that means some more spectacular defensive plays, but they're capable of it. So I don't know how you really break through what is right now a very stable and solid aggressive defense from AESIR. I'd love to see this AESIR defense go up against an offense like IV. Maybe that would be something that could break through it, but we've seen High Voltage put points on the board. They can do it again here in round 3. It's just a matter of, again, maybe really this early joust going their way instead of the way of AESIR. As High Voltage do get it scooped up, pushed down into the zone of AESIR, looking for the offensive pressure. Pedge fumbles down on the corner, can't quite get up in time. Law's here battling with Skittles and is able to tackle them away for a chance at that ball. A nice scoop up there. Pedge on the back line. They can't work together to put that goal in. They get denied by the duo on defense, and Monkey's going to push forward for AESIR. Oh, and what a save from Tree. You love to see it. Put it on the replay. Doesn't get a better perspective than that. This Tree tries to put one in. Skittles dash on the back line. Oak Solution here. Able to get the ball down into the zone of High Voltage, but still no one with any goals yet. High Voltage able to keep ball in their hands, and this is a nice play. The tackle's there, and the shot to the corner for the first time. High Voltage are in the lead 1-0. Round 3, the round they need to do it. This could be the first time we get pushed into a round 4 in VRML. Season 1, week 1, we haven't had it happen yet. It's been 3 round wins for all of the best of 5 series. And AESIR here is saying we want this to be a 3-round win too. We don't want them to be the first to go to a round 4, but they may not have an option. If High Voltage play like they are right now, with a great defensive sequence there to deny the offensive pressure. Here comes a good cross-check pass. Cross-check working up here, passes over to Tree. Tree GT can't get down in time to scoop that one up and pressure the goal, but everyone's dove out of that midfield, and Tree tried to go for the cross there. Cross-check pushes up. A nice intercept from Pedge, keeps the offensive pressure home. As the shot on goal is denied, Muchiro with arms out scoops it up, passes it down to Monkey again. They almost prefer to carve that left side. You can predict Monkey going to go down there. An open goal, a rare opportunity. AESIR, no. Pedge not able to get it there. Muchiro scoops it before it does go and do any damage. And now with a pass to Skittles dash. Skittles intercepted by cross-check. Tree dives out, forces Oak Solution to restart their offensive push. Good dodge from Lawls there. A cross-check to Monkey, and Monkey almost had the opportunity to score that goal, and we're into a beautiful round 3. This team on high voltage is playing spectacularly.
Has certainly got everyone talking these days.
Walls to Tree, and Tree can't quite get that pass as Pedge maintaining control for their team for a brief moment in time. Walls with a huge intercept. Pedge again up on top, scooping it. Trying to keep that pressure forward, the momentum forward for the offense, and it gets denied. Oak Solution. Is that an open goal shot? That would be devastating to come back and tie the series 1-1 with an open goal shot. Back onto the defense they go. This high voltage squad can't sit here for 2 minutes and fend off with an AESIR onslaught. They got to keep the offensive pressure going. So here we go again. Offensive pressure from the high voltage squad. Up 1-0. AESIR down. An open goal? No. Almost a bait, maybe. Muchiro flies in from the corner. Here comes the duo from both sides. Tree in a 1v2. Lulz dives up, forces a miss pass, and Tree dives forward. Lulz on the back line, swats it away to the corner. And we're into a beautiful series. That was a wonderful play. A bait for the shot on an open goal that then gets scooped up and pushed for an offensive pressure point. Now fumbling down in the sewers. Pedge, an open goal. Oh my goodness. AESIR leave it dangling, and Pedge capitalizes 2-0 with 1:20. We're closer and closer to going to round 4.
Pass restarts it. Oh, it's on.
My star shines. Have you heard? The giant green crystal in the parkour district?
Tree
They're
swats it
saying
away.
sings when no one's listening.
Incredible to see coming from
You
a
stop by
Mercy.
and let me know if you can hear it.
This high voltage team in round 2 leading 2-0 against AESIR. Their defense spectacular. As they've held off this onslaught, AESIR continue to try whatever they can. A nice pass to Oak. Oak down to Monkey. Monkey back up to the top of the zone. Swats down to the trio in defense. Beautiful line set up there. Can't get past the stack. Muchiro getting tackled back. High voltage holding on to the ball. They're looking to take us to round 4 for the first time in VRML Orion Drift Season 1 history. It only took us a couple of days, but we are finally there, folks. It's the 4th round. We're getting it. High voltage coming back from a Mercy somehow, some way. Take round number 3. Could this be the momentum shift we need for a 5-round series? I don't know.
What a game. The skill.
But we're going there.
The spectacle.
High voltage 2-0 AESIR in round 3. And AESIR, well, they're not going to have an undefeated streak too long into the regular season. Their first round taken from them, but we'll see what this means for AESIR now going into round 4. The first time that we'll ever go into round 4 since the regular season. But what a great defense. Look at the replays. See how stellar high voltage fended off AESIR. Time and time again, AESIR continued the attack. It was merciless. It was relentless. But high voltage, textbook Orion Drift defense. If not, innovative defense. You know, brand new stuff we're seeing. New tech. New tech. Here we go, round 4. The first time I pushed the button in regular season.
Hold on to your heart balls, friends. It's go time.
Hold on to your heart balls indeed, Dimly. It is go time as Monkey scoops up the ball into the corner. AESIR looking for an early offensive point here. This Pedge with a really good intercept. Puts high voltage back in charge. Just because they scored a couple of points round 4 doesn't mean they can let up here. In round 3 and round 4, they cannot let up. They've got to keep that pressure point on. Oak Solution, wonderful pass to Monkey. What a denial from Tree. Navigating around the Oak Solution tackle, diving in to deny that ball from going in. Look at the replay in your bottom right corner. It's worth your eyes as Tree stays patiently Oak-like in the goal. Can't defend that one. Solutions off the bottom. Cross-check head on hand. Says, oh dear, here we are down a point early. It's easier to win against AESIR when you start the round with an early lead. As Tree gets a good pass here. Oak does get the intercept. All battling. Monkey's going to be the one in its hands. Muchiro runs into a little bit of a halo there. Oak Solution Beautiful pass to Skittles Dash, who fires it back to Oak, and Oak into the corner. Tree tried to dive to scoop it up, but couldn't. An AESIR lead 2-0 round 4. Not good for the likes of High Voltage. Right now is when they need to score. This offensive play needs to connect, and it does to Lulz. A wonderful pass back to Pedge. Pedge, shot on goal to the bottom corner, doesn't land. Cross-check with the follow-up, tries to put it in and can't. A struggle for this High Voltage team because they're facing an incredibly high-energy opponent as AESIR do not give them a lot of ground to work with in the midfield. You can see that defensive stack ready and waiting, patient in front of goal, and it's just so hard to work past. There's no open cross-check points, but cross-check, oh no, and Pedge reaches to the skies, tries to grab it from the heavens and put it into the goal and can't. Tree gonna find the rebound. Nice pass to Pedge. Pedge intercepted by Muichiro, and where's the goalie? Tree not at home. Cross-check is. Tree is able to get back in time. Cross-check. Oh my, Tree, that was wonderful. What a sequence to see the scramble, to see them get there, to see them read the pass and instantly intercept it. And here's a nice pass down into the offensive AESIR, but right into the hands of Oak. Nice intercept, big tackle. Skittles tasting the rainbow. A little half circle there, and a nice pass to Muichiro, but Tree says no thank you. No point coming in here this afternoon. Pedge with a very quick rebound too. Tries to go firing it in on goal, and Tree follows it up for a point. They're going to have a back-to-back replay here. Can they make it 3? No, they don't need to. That pass not connecting. Cross-check dives out. They're only down 1 here. 2-1 round 4. What a series to tune into. If you're stopping by, we appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. We want to see you around for more of the live broadcast. If you're catching this off stream because you missed it, because you didn't know it was going to be such an amazing series, you should have been here. Come back next time and catch it live as Lulz passes over to the center there, and Pedge misses it. Muichiro and Pedge battling for ball control, and Lulz challenging for it. These players got to be absolutely drenched in sweat because this one has been sweaty. Incredibly competitive series that is coming close to an end if AESIR have anything to say about it. 1:06 left on the clock. Nice dodge from Skittles as Pedge tries to get control. Good pass to Monkey as they float up to the top with their boost. Lulz does challenge. Cross down to Muichiro, who loses the ball for a second. Has to pass down to Skittles, and Skittles says, I'll handle it from here. 2-point lead, 45 seconds. This is a big offensive rollout here. Pedge on an interesting route, does dodge one. Cross passes to Lulz. Back up off the high board, and Muichiro scoops it up, swats it down to the other side of the arena into hand of Tree. Half a minute remains indeed. Pass to Lulz, cross check. Lulz can't find it there as Muichiro challenges him from the midfield. And mathematical time becomes a factor that is going to hurt them. Even if they score a goal here, AESIR can simply buy time. And Muichiro with the intercept is going to be the nail in the coffin. AESIR will say 4 rounds is enough and lock in a series win here. Pedge trying to carry it home. Ball has to hit the ground for this round to end, and it goes into the goal for AESIR, putting in a 4th to make it 4-1 round 4 and lock in a series win. Just in time for us to quickly wrap up stream and move on to our next series. What a fun one to tune into, and AESIR off to a good Season 1 start, to say the least. High Voltage, a team that we got to keep an eye on. What a performance from them against this AESIR brand. Very impressive to see. I'm going to sign off here. We're going to restart with an intermission sequence and a timer on the other event page. So tune in over there. My name's Ben, Nightfire with 2 E's. Thank you for joining me. Stay classy.